But I just found out that is the problem, that they're all involved with each other. They all know what they're doing. They plan the whole thing together. You know, Gordon Brown's advisor was the same as Ian Tyler from Balfour Beatty. But there's so many awful things that this company has done. You know, you just wouldn't believe, oh God, the health and safety issues alone, the Hatfield rail disaster. I don't know whether any of you ever remember the Hatfield rail disaster. That was actually down to Balfour Beatty, and it was their problems with their tracks, because they did all that. But guess who got the repairs for it afterwards? Balfour Beatty.
Haven't they changed the name? They've been at the rail track contracts.
Yeah.
Right. Messed it all up. Now they've come back at a new name.
Yeah.
Haven't got the contracts.
That's what they do.
It's called long firm in the criminal world. You long firm. What you do, you know, sorry to interrupt. If you get 3 bank accounts and you get 3 different companies, what you do is you put £5,000, put it into that one bank account, get it paid to the other bank account, get paid to the other bank account, and leave it there for a year. Just leave it. Make sure they're all limited companies, and go away for a year.
Yeah.
Your accountant says, oh, it's only the same £5,000 between 3 companies. Just the same £5,000. So you're not paying no tax, right? But what happens is you're on the official records, if you go to the library and check out these 3 companies, have had a turnover that year of £250,000 each. So they can get credit based on their turnover, right? And so it's what they call long firm, and it's a criminal act. These guys are doing it all day long, so they'll get subsidiary companies from what you said there, and then they'll make another company and move it around. And
What's annoying is it's taking government money to build the thing.
Our money.
Our money.
Yeah, that's right.
In 2004, there were concerns over Balfour Beatty's bid for the hospital. And, you know, the health and safety problems. There was the Hatfield rail disaster at the beginning of 2004. Staff lost control of a 100-ton crane which toppled onto tracks outside Clapham Junction, causing chaos for about 75,000 commuters. Despite this, Balfour Beatty had won contracts for other hospitals. The Edinburgh Royal Infirmary, North Durham Hospital, University College Hospital, London. It also began building schools and roads and began work on the London Underground. In 2004, it had £3 billion worth of work from the government. Unison did say that there was a lack of competition, and they hoped that Balfour Beatty learnt from mistakes on overrunning builds. But then how can they learn from mistakes? They're just given this stuff all the time. They're all in cahoots with each other. You know, I've got loads of stuff here. In the next 30 years, private companies could make up to £3.4 billion in profit from the NHS. There's one here about all the dams that they've brought down, blacklisting. God, it's just amazing. They've had to pay, they've had to pay fines in the past. They've been found guilty by the Office of Fair Trade. £2.25 million over allegations of bribery in Egypt.
Well, that's the thing, you see. You know, that's what happened. The corporate liability is just getting fined.
Yeah.
You know, they're making billions and billions, so we get fined 2.4 million.
That's
nothing.
That's a percentage for the day, and if they put it
in the Hatfield rail disaster.
How many people get actually banged up? How many people get prosecuted?
Nobody's accountable.
Yeah. Because of the Hatfield rail disaster, if there'd been a corporate manslaughter law, they would have been done for it, but there isn't, so they weren't done for it. The trade unionists sue Balfour Beatty.
And they can just pay their way out of anything.
They just pay. They're involved in all sorts of things as well. Some of the companies I've got here, I went through all of these companies to see, especially in the States. So they're involved in the military. And then they're involved in the NHS. So when people get blown up abroad in the military, they come back here and they get patched up in the NHS. So they're making money from the military and making money from patients who are blown up. It's amazing. They've also got work around the World Trade Centre, and also contracts in Middle East oil, Navy housing, military housing here, energy, conservation, alarms, ground improvement in the Middle East, community projects in the US, rail infrastructure, power and military housing, water and waste, facilities, routine maintenance, petrochemical companies, data management, Miami International Airport they're involved with. They're also involved with guidance and control, shark technology, unmanned vehicles, missiles, etc. This is a building company. So, you know, you can see all this is going on. We talk about wanting to wake people up, or, you know, see that people do wake up. And I think, you know, once you learn this stuff, you have a duty to try and pass it over. And, you know, as people have said, some of us are awake and some of us see what's going on, but there are loads of people out there that just don't see anything. They're too busy. One of the things in this country that nearly everybody is interested in, or has a vested interest in, is the NHS. And that's why I really feel so, I don't know, desperate about this. I really want to make this documentary. I mean, if anybody can help at all, that would be brilliant. If anybody's got these technical skills, I have no technical skills. I can do research, I can organise, but I've no technical skills at all. But making this documentary would be the one thing, I think, that would make people sit up and think, you know, if the NHS is in this state, and if people control the NHS to this, you know, this level, then what else is going on? And I just think it might be the one thing that wakes people up.
Yes.
So.